5 amateur garden designers have each designed and created a garden over 5 weeks on a budget of €6,000. One of them will now win the title of Super Garden 2010 and have their winning garden recreated at Bloom, Ireland's premier garden show, where it will represent Woody's DIY and Grow Eyes from Bordenamona. Emer MacDonald from Dublin is a graduate of landscape architecture, and she recently returned to Ireland from Nepal to get her career off the ground. Emer created this contemporary sun trap in Mullingar.
I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It'd be great if I won. I mean, geez.
James McConnell is a full-time farmer from Navan and an avid gardener in his spare time. He hopes to take his hobby to the next level. James designed this urban garden for 10 pet ducks in Artane.
This garden could go to bloom, and I think it could cause quite a sensation.
Agata Mochior is originally from Poland, now living in Dublin and working part-time as a florist. She wants the chance to showcase her skills in Ireland for the first time. Agata produced a funky statement garden in Maynooth.
There is a chance for me to get to bloom, so let's cross the fingers.
Pádraig O'Loughlin is a full-time gardener with an artistic side. He's making the leap from DIY dad to professional designer. Pádraig created a seaside cottage garden in Skerries.
My heart and soul is in that garden. So, off the bloom we go.
And Fiacre Flannery from Killarney is a graduate of horticulture and garden design who would like the chance to put his name on the map. Fiacre built this stylish family garden in Limerick.
I'm confident I might have a chance.
All 5 designers are competing to win the career-changing opportunity to show a garden at Bloom 2010. Only one designer can go to the show. Tonight we find out who is the winner of Super Garden 2010.
And the winner of Super Garden is...
For tonight's finale, Super Garden comes to Powerscourt House, County Wicklow, in the heart of the Garden of Ireland. The designers and their families are here for the ceremony. Tonight, one of them will be crowned Ireland's top amateur garden designer and receive the Super Garden trophy. Making that difficult decision are 3 Super Garden judges. Representing Woody's is their top plantsman, Paddy Gleeson.
I was surprised by the standards of all the entrants. They had to have the self-belief, the desire and the will to take on a project like this. I think they were excellent.
The second judge, representing Grow Eyes from Bordenamona, is award-winning designer Tim Austen.
Every garden has been completely different, and that's been interesting, but it's also made it challenging to be a judge.
And chairman of the judges, director of Bloom, Gary Graham.
I'm not looking forward to that final decision. All of the gardens have their strengths. I think it's right down to the wire.
Mary Reynolds, the Super Garden mentor, knows how tough the decision will be.
If I was on the judging panel, what I'd be looking out for is actually a garden that feels like a garden. You know, it feels like it's alive.
Our first designer was Emer MacDonald from Dublin. She was given a garden belonging to Derek, Sarah and Elliot Kubath in Mullingar. Sarah wanted a colourful sun trap and the boys wanted a design with a contemporary twist.
If there was a prize for perseverance in the face of adversity, it'd have to be Emer.
There was a moment where my site was flooded and it was just one of those bad days that I thought would never end and I didn't think that I'd ever finish it. I feel like that was 10 years ago and it was only a few weeks ago.
This is the Kubath's garden. Emer created spaces at different levels to optimise the movement of the sun across the garden throughout the day.
So much to look at, so much interest, you know, but really there's something for everybody. I don't think anybody can come in this garden and not be kind of wowed by it, really.
This has got to be the most exciting part of the garden for me. I just love the concept of a raised barbecue area. This would be my favourite part of the garden, definitely.
Emer spent €1,500 on her soft, subtle planting and over €2,000 on hardscaping and paving.
The things I learnt in 4 weeks I wouldn't have learnt in 4 years. It's absolutely amazing. Bad at times, but wonderful. Roller coaster.
This is the last time the judges will consider Emer's garden in the competition.
You can see the training coming through here in terms of how to present a design, so you can see very easily what you're going to get. So I think she delivered very fully on what she originally promised.
She achieved a good balance. The proportions are right in there. Like the size of the spaces work, from a design point of view.
To me, the hard landscaping is far too heavy, far too strong. I think the planting palette is not nearly strong enough to soften that landscape.
You could, of course, argue that in the years to come, that garden will get better and better. Plants will grow and they will start to compensate for the strength of the construction, the build features.
I think she made some other errors as well, and she was happy with lavender, which was in a semi-shaded area. They are Mediterranean plants. They wouldn't perform to their full ability in those locations.
I do think her big aubergine wall was a success. I know she had some problems with the colour, but I think she was very brave. I think the way she brought the colour of the house out onto the exterior wall around the garden, it was done to the highest standards possible. It made the garden then look like it was part of the house, which I think is hugely important.
I also like those mosaic pictures. There was this idea in this garden that the sun was going to move across the different spaces.
I was underwhelmed by those mosaics. While they were very nicely executed, they just weren't dramatic enough.
Well, if you look what the Hubbards were looking for, they were looking for a garden that was functional, contemporary and colourful.
This is a sun worshipper. The house is quite small. She wants to be able to move around the garden to follow the sun. I think that was achieved admirably. There's loads of different areas that you can sit quite comfortably with nice views and vistas and feel quite comfortable.
Has Emer's split-level garden impressed the judges? Will her design win the ultimate prize tonight?